artist has been on a musical trip since the 80s and is entering the fourth dimension and still finds time to run a nightclub and a restaurant. It's the Shamen's Mr. C. Have a glass of mulled wine.
Oh, indeed, why not?
Happy Christmas.
Yes, Merry Yuletide to you too.
Thank you, thank you. But the first thing I have to ask you is, what do I call you? Do I call you C or do I call you Mr. C?
Whatever. I mean, you call me Mr. C. People call me Richard, actually.
Richard,
generally,
Richard.
Yeah.
Okay, Richard. I'll call you Richard. Well, so what does Mr. C stand for?
Am I allowed to say that on TV?
Well, it depends what it is.
It's actually. Did I say that? Did I say that?
Why? Why is it that? Why? How did you get that name?
Well, it's an affectionate term from my friends. You know, I'm a bit of a piss taker, and like once I get going, and I'm at my friends all night. At the end of the night, they'll say, "You are right." You know, it comes from being a piss taker.
Really? So you
Must be hard work when you're signing into a hotel.
Yeah, no. Well, when I sign into a hotel, I put my real name. Right. Mr. Smith.
Mr. Twat. Some of my friends.
Yeah, but that's only because I copied the registration on your name.
No, I didn't mean it. I didn't mean it.
No.
Mutual.
Fair point, fair point. But Christmas, it is fair to say, isn't it, that Christmas is a time that usually people come together and, you know, have a good time. But is it true that the Shamen are splitting up?
Splitting up? I don't think I said splitting up. I might have said spliffing up.
Spliffing up?
No, actually we are. Well, we don't like to call it splitting. We like to call it shifting. We're actually shifting into another dimension, leaving the world of physical atoms and becoming digital bits on the internet. So our lives will evolve as computer-generated people.
What do you
separately.
mean?
Well, the band is dematerializing, so we will no longer be like physical people. And we're going to go into the internet and become an electronic digital band. So any performances, any records will only be on the internet.
But so will people actually be able to hear your performances on the
they'll
internet?
be able to hear performances, hear new records, see footage of us doing like digital gigs.
Is that not an excuse to really just get somebody else to sit there and just tap everything in?
Yes.
Because it doesn't have to be you. It is really, isn't it?
Yeah.
I thought it might be. But the first thing that people think of when, it has to be said, I mean, it's obviously not in your opinion, but when people think of the Shamen, they do think of Ebenezer Good, don't they? Because it was a very controversial song.
Slightly. I mean, they've all been, but that was the more obvious.
That was. And we've got a clip of it, so let's have a quick look.
Has anyone here got any beerers? Lovely.
So then, C, as I'm going to call you. Is it fair to say that there was a bit of a subliminal message going on there?
It wasn't really that subliminal, though, was it?
No, it wasn't really. It's quite obvious, really, isn't it?
Yeah, it was quite obvious. But they couldn't ban it because in the first line it said his friends call him Eezer. So that justified the chorus, Eezer good, he's Ebenezer good, and they couldn't ban it.
But they wanted to.
They wanted to. They tried very, very hard.
At the time, didn't you say it wasn't about drugs?
I totally denied it, absolutely. And 100%.
But would you admit it now then?
Yes, it was about ecstasy. Although there were warnings, like it's very much maligned and misunderstood, and he's the kind of geezer who must never be abused. So it was actually a send-up of e-culture rather than a promotion of it, and that was what was misunderstood. So it was good to totally deny the whole drug thing at that time because it would have been blown out of proportion.
Yeah.
Whereas now we can actually say it's very much maligned and misunderstood and should not be abused, and look at the actual real messages within the song.
So is that what, because you're Shamen, aren't you? Obviously the group's called the Shamen.
Yeah.
Are you really Shamen? Because Shamen, as I understand it, and might not be absolutely correct here, but as I understand it, there's sort of, it's a Red Engine type cultural thing where you're looking at the animal spirit that sort of takes over the human spirit. Is that right? Or have I got it completely wrong?
Right, yeah. I mean, with shamans come from all over the world, Siberia, Indonesia, Latin America, as well as the Red Indian ones are the more famous, and they travel into the mystical world via psychedelic plants like peyote and ayahuasca, and journey and gain information on their magical journey and bring that journey back to heal the tribe, like, you know, make it rain or improve the hunt or make the harvest grow. So it's a very communal spiritual thing. And like really there isn't, There are still shamans today, but they're like out in the wilderness in like little tribes.
Yeah.
And a modern day shaman, I don't really think there is such a thing. Although, you know, DJing, playing beats, because the shaman has always had his drum and has taken the people on a journey with a drum. So DJing, playing beats, getting nutted is all part of shamanism. So maybe I am a modern day shaman.
So Tony Blackburn a shaman?
Oh, absolutely. he was on it every weekend.
David Travis.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, the
totally.
greatest shaman.
You like that drum,
Yeah, yeah.
So you should be the shaman and not the shaman. Have we
Yeah,
got
well,
that horribly wrong?
no, we took it in vain. I mean, a shaman is spelled A-N at the end rather than E-N,
Yeah.
but things are good with an E in the middle. So,
Do you think so? Do you think so?
you've got to take it slightly in vain.
Oh, really? There was always that words for pictures, wasn't it, with the magic E. But there wasn't about E as in drugs.
No, nor was Blockbusters.
No,
That wasn't
no,
about.
that
I'll have an
wasn't
E,
either.
please, Bob.
Yes, exactly.
Have you ever had ecstasy, Melinda?
No, I've had E in the vitamin form, but never in
You've
the
never had,
drug
have
form.
you had any drugs?
No.
Never?
Well, alcohol. I don't know whether alcohol is that.
Oh, yeah, definitely
is
a drug.
that
And
that is a
tobacco.
drug,
And
isn't
tobacco,
it? Yeah.
definitely
And
a
I've
drug.
I know smoking is probably the sort of the most legal drug there is, isn't there?
Yeah.
But have you not
But
been
anyway.
tempted? Have you never been... Because obviously people go on about E and how much they enjoy it. Have you never...
Well,
thought, I'll have a go at that?
I actually find that it's actually quite frightening, in my opinion. It'd be quite frightening to sort of get out of your own head and into something else that is chemically induced.
See, now, if you was on Blue Peter, maybe you wouldn't.
Maybe I would have done. I don't know. Anyway, thank you very, very much, Mr. Singh. Thank you. Well, I've had a lovely Christmas Eve night here with my guests, and I hope that you've enjoyed it too. And I'd like to say a big Merry Christmas to all my guests, Mark Lamar, Stephen Horton, and Mr. C. Tonight, and please join me tomorrow for my special Christmas Day celebrations when I'll be joined by Coronation Street's Liz Dawn, Live and Kick-In's Jamie Theakston, and a very special mystery guest. But for now, a traditional song to finish the show, here to expand not only our minds but our entire cosmos. It's the Shamen with their new single, Universal. Good night, happy Christmas!